Alright, as you know guys, we're making fried chicken tonight. So what we're going to do with this fried chicken is we're just going to make it a little spicy. We're going to throw some dill in there, make it crispy, make it into a sandwich, and eat it with some coleslaw. Because that's what we do. Anyways, I already have the chicken in the fridge right now. It is sitting in about a half a cup of dill pickle juice. And I did, let's do about 2 tablespoons of, I did La Victoria hot sauce. I just like the flavor. It goes good with the dill. I think it's good. Add some heat to it. And anyways, we're gonna let it sit for let's do about an hour, and then we're gonna take that chicken out, and we're going to mix it up with some flour and some egg and some cream, and then we're gonna throw it in the air fryer. So we're gonna have air fried chicken tonight. Okay, you guys. Looking forward to it. This is some serious stuff, as you know. So we have our chicken that we've taken out of the fridge that's been soaking for about an hour in 1 cup of dill pickle juice and a couple tablespoons of La Victoria hot sauce. I drained off the juice as much as I could. I have 1 cup of flour here, and I did, I think I did a little over a tablespoon of granulated garlic, a pretty healthy teaspoon of granulated onion. I also did a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and we did a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper because I'm going to feed this to my kids. And let's see, we did 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of thyme. And I am a big fan of thyme. I think I mentioned that in the video I did for the Parmesan chicken. And I do have, with that cup of flour, I did 1 healthy tablespoon of cornstarch. And that helps to give you a nice crispy, kind of a lighter crust. So anyways, I have that in here. I'm going to dump that in a gallon-sized bag. Sometimes I do paper plates, but hey, let's do a gallon-sized bag this time. Let's mix it up real good. And that's going to be our dredge. We have our chicken right here. And I have 1 cup of cream. I wanted buttermilk, but I couldn't find it, believe it or not. I couldn't find buttermilk, but there was heavy whipping cream. So I have 1 cup of cream with 1 egg. I wanted to make it a little bit thicker. Mixed it up real good with a fork. Dump that in with my chicken. Alright. Make sure our chicken is covered real good with our milk. Wash it real good. And we have our flour sitting right over here. So we'll just take our piece of chicken, get off any extra milk. We don't want to make a huge mess here. And put it in our flour. Get it all covered up in that flour. And then we're going to take that flour piece of chicken, we're going to throw it back in our cream. Make sure it gets nice and wet and gooey. And that's how we're going to get ourselves a real nice thick crust. Oh, that's a good crust on their fried chicken. Throw that back in the flour, mix it up, make sure that all the chicken is covered. We're going to throw that over here on our plate, and boom! Alright, guys, with our fried chicken tonight, we are going to be making some coleslaw. I just have a bag of coleslaw mix. I'm lazy. Usually I'll just grab a head of cabbage, but this is way easier. I got a bag of shredded carrots. I'm going to throw a handful of that on top. I cut up a half a jalapeno and a quarter of an onion. I diced it up, both up real good. I removed the seeds and took all the white out of the center of the jalapeno because I don't want too much heat in my coleslaw. Anyways, that's our mix right here. I'm going to go ahead and make the dressing up. Okay, I have the dressing right here for the coleslaw. It's like, again, it's just a KFC recipe. I used about 2.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, half a cup of mayonnaise, a 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. I think I went just a little under a 1/3 cup, between a 1/4 cup and 1/3 cup I used a half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar, which makes me nervous. The vinegar smells very potent, but you have to use it. You have to. It's a key ingredient. And then I did a half a cup of cream. I put it all in here, mixed it up real well, and then you dump whatever you feel comfortable with dumping onto your coleslaw. How you do most of it. And you mix it up real good. And if you wanted to get the best coleslaw, I personally think you should mix this up the day before and let it sit in your refrigerator. Let this coleslaw dressing, just meld and mix in and kind of break down the fibers of your vegetables and really just kind of softens it up just a little bit. And all the flavors are so much better. But we don't have that time today, so we're just going to make it. We're going to let it sit for a little bit, and then we're going to eat it, and it's pretty dang good, just the way it is. So, and that's a pretty good consistency. There's a good amount of dressing on there. I think it's a little bit less dressing than what KFC uses. You always get a cup of coleslaw with a bunch of dressing in there, pretty juicy dressing. So I think this is a pretty good amount. Anyways, there's my coleslaw that I made tonight for my family to go with our spicy, crispy chicken sandwich. Our chicken here. It's been sitting around for about 20 minutes. I made the coleslaw and let it sit for a little bit. It's important to let the flour that you have on your chicken in the air fryer get wet. You don't want dry flour going in there because then you'll pull out chicken with dry flour on there. So I have, you can see it right here, the Fine Life oil sprayer. I like it. It works good. I don't know. We bought it online. We got it on Amazon. We fill it up with whatever your favorite oil is. You can use avocado oil or chef's oil, chef mix, or just olive oil. But you just pump it up with this, put it in there, pump it up, and you can spray that over your chicken. You don't need too much, just to get that flour wet. But you want to get oil on there anyway. It doesn't matter if there's flour on there or not. You want to put, because it's going in the air fryer, you got to put some oil on there. So chicken is oiled. Our basket is oiled. I oiled it after it was hot. I preheated it at 400 degrees. I'm going to take my chicken. I'm going to throw my oil side down on the basket. And I have 4 chicken thighs here that I'm going to smash in here. I would like to get it all in one, because I'm going to do this cook for 23 minutes total and flip it about halfway through. That should be about enough for some chicken thighs about this size. So here you go. So I'm throwing the oiled side down. It's pretty gooey on the side that was down on the wax paper. So that's good to have a gooey chicken. So now we're gonna take our oil and we're going to spray the backside of our chicken that was sitting on our wax paper. Make sure that our flour is nice and wet. Get it all over. Make sure those thighs are covered. No chicken uncovered. We're going to throw this guy in here. Boom. And hit the power button. Temperature, let's do 380. And we're going to put this sucker at 23 minutes and hit play. And there we go. We're going to take it at halfway through, maybe 12 minutes. Flip the chicken over. So I'll see you in about 12 minutes. Okay, so we're halfway through. Haley, stop. Don't move the camera. We're halfway through our cook cycle. Now halfway through the 12 minutes, I turned it up to 400 degrees. So after about 12 minutes, I cranked it up. So here's our chicken halfway through. It's looking pretty good. Let's flip these guys. I recommend taking your oil, pump it up, give it a little spritz. Whenever you do an air fried anything, I recommend spraying some oil on it. It's definitely worth it. And there we go. Flip them over. Oh, a little bit stuck on the tray, but that's okay. That's all right. We're doing pretty good here. I think the high temperature will also help help the batter crispen up and stick and flip over with you. I think that's the most challenging part of making fried chicken in the air fryer. So now, we'll give it a little spritz on the other side too. Alright. Throw that back in, 400 degrees for another 12 minutes. Well, we're at about 21 minutes, and this is what we have. Looks delicious. I think they're crispy enough. They're a little dark crispy, but the chicken's going to be nice and juicy. So anyways, I'm going to plate this. Let's pick this guy up. Whoa! Oh man! Woo! You guys, I sure hope you guys make this. It's worth it. It smells so good. I've done this quite a few times, and I make it a little bit different every time. Sometimes I throw a lot of hot sauce in the wash, and sometimes I throw a lot of cayenne pepper in there, a little crushed red pepper. That's a really good thing to add into your dredge. But every time it just turns out so good. No matter what I put in there. You can put a little cumin in there, kind of go a little Mexican chicken, or man, this is so good. So we're gonna let this cool for a little bit, and then we'll make a sandwich, throw it in the air fryer, crisp it up a little bit. I'll show you what I do with this. But if you just want to do fried chicken, here's your fried chicken. Hey, our chicken's ready to go. I have a hot air fryer. I'm going to take my buns, open them up. On each bottom, I'm going to take some lettuce. Just going to fold it up to about the size of our bun. Put that down. We're going to throw a piece of chicken on top of that lettuce. We'll do that a couple times. I'm going to have myself a larger piece. Throw that in there. We'll throw our dill pickles right on top of our chicken. I just sliced up some dill pickles while I was cooking. You can't have too many or too little, I'd imagine. Let's throw some. I have some orange bell peppers. They were the best looking bell peppers. I'm not a fan of the just green bell pepper flavor. I like red, orange, yellow. Green's okay if you're adding other colors. I think green works okay, but I would include red or a green and a yellow. So we got some bell peppers. And let's throw some cheese on top of that. And we want that to get all melty and gooey. Oh boy. Okay, so this is Monterey Jack cheese. I wanted something a little bit spicy. And I have a bunch of onion over here. We're going to throw this onion on top of our cheese. Let that get nice and roasty and sink into our sticky cheese. Just about like so. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I'm going to take this oil. Now I'm going to spray just a little bit on the onion side. And we'll spray our buns pretty good. We want to get those buns nice and crispy. We'll throw that right in our air fryer. Boom. We have a 380. And I'll do it for, I think, 2 minutes and we'll check. Buns are kind of tough, so I just want to melt the cheese. I want the onions to get a little roasty toasty. And I want my buns to be a little crispy. So we'll check it in about 2 minutes. So we're at 4 minutes. It took it at 2 minutes. I wasn't satisfied with my buns being crispy. So here we go. We're going to take this out. Let's take this one out first. Alright. Let's make sure our position of our chicken is just the way we want it. Throw that there. Here's our chicken sandwich. Our peppers and our pickles and onions and lettuce. With our cheese, we're going to throw our bun on top. And there is our chicken sandwich. Okay, you guys, here's my spicy crispy chicken sandwich. We have some pickles, some orange bell peppers, onions, and a little bit of lettuce on our our toasted bun with our homemade coleslaw that we made. It's a KFC coleslaw recipe, but I've added some jalapeno and a little extra carrots. I think that's important. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying our food. We sure do like to eat around here, and we sure do like to cook and make movies. It's really nice to talk to you guys, but I gotta go. Bye.